Alright, hey everyone, today we're diving deep into something that's going to totally shift how you think about creating your dream life. You know how you've been visualizing like crazy, closing your eyes, feeling all the emotions, painting this perfect picture of the future. But then, crickets. Or maybe just tiny little glimpses, a quick hello from the universe and then poof, back to square one. Ugh, it can be so frustrating, right? If you've ever felt like your vision board is just, well, a board and not a blueprint. For reality, stick with me, because today we're unlocking the real code. This isn't just another video, it's a vibrational activation. Get ready, because we're about to talk about how to stop chasing and start becoming. Here are the 3 big ideas we're cracking today that are going to totally change the game. Why visualization alone isn't manifestation. We've been told to ask, believe, receive and visualize, visualize, visualize. But what if that's only a tiny piece of the puzzle, and the universe isn't even responding to your requests or your vision board? Mind blown. The universe isn't listening to what you say, it's listening to what you are. There's a hidden code, an energetic signal you're broadcasting all the time. And unless that signal matches the reality you want, it stays frustratingly out of reach. We'll reveal what this signal is and where it really comes from. Acting as if is not about faking it. It's quantum frequency training. Forget putting on a show for the universe. We're talking about something much deeper, a powerful way to align your entire being with your desired reality before the world gives you permission. Let's dive in. So, you've been visualizing, dreaming, scripting, doing all the things, right? You close your eyes, you feel the future, you try to embody it. But nothing solid seems to land. Why? Because visualization, as powerful as it is only a small part of the equation. The real magic, the hidden code, is your frequency. There's a quantum difference between just imagining a future and broadcasting it. It's the difference between seeing what you want and becoming the version of yourself who already lives that reality in the quantum field. Unless your frequency matches the reality you're calling in, it's just going to stay just out of reach, no matter how vividly you see. We've heard it everywhere: ask, believe, receive. But here's the cosmic plot twist. The quantum field doesn't actually respond to requests. It doesn't decode your vision board. It doesn't weigh your intentions. And it certainly doesn't count how many affirmations you repeat. Nah, the field responds to coherence. It responds to energetic integrity. It responds to your embodied signal. Not the signal you might project during your meditation session, but the one you carry in your breath, the one that guides your choices, the one that resonates in your emotions. Why? Because the universe isn't listening to what you say, my friend. It's listening to what you are. Okay, soak that in for a second. That's the code. And once you truly grasp how subtle yet powerful this shift is, things start moving. And get this. It's not because you're trying harder, forcing positivity, or begging the universe. It's because you stop chasing. You stop asking. You stop reinforcing the idea that your dream life is some distant, far-off destination. Instead, you start treating it like a frequency you can just step into. This frequency, the one that unlocks the reality you've been visualizing, it's not some abstract theoretical concept. It's totally vibrational. It has a specific texture. Picture this. A calm certainty, a steady rhythm. It's not rushing, it's not craving, it's not wondering, when will this finally happen? Nope. It already knows. Because when you operate, when you act from the identity of someone who has already received the thing, the field has no choice but to adjust. It must. Now you might be asking, okay, but why does that shift feel so incredibly difficult? Why is it easy to visualize something beautiful, but so darn hard to hold the energy of already mine? Here's the real tea. Everything in your past has literally trained your system to vibrate in the frequency of not yet. Think about it. You've been programmed to wait, to earn, to prepare, to feel like you have to deserve things. And now, for the first time, you're being asked to just abandon all of that old programming and simply embody what once felt like a distant dream. Yeah, it feels unnatural at first. It might even feel like you're straight up lying to yourself. But that's just your nervous system playing catch-up. See, this powerful frequency we're talking about, the one of already being, it's not new to your soul. Your soul remembers. It's just unfamiliar to your body. And a huge part of this journey is teaching your body what your soul already knows. You're not chasing your future out there somewhere. You're actually remembering your alignment with it. Okay, but how do you stay in that frequency, especially when literally nothing around you has changed yet? The answer is simple, but not necessarily easy. You become the change first. You make a powerful decision that your vibration leads, and the external evidence follows. You consciously shift your focus from what's missing right now to what's already here, from what you want to what you are. And as you commit to doing that day after day, a brand new energy starts to take root inside you. It's an energy that doesn't collapse when pressure hits. It doesn't dissolve when the world gets noisy again. It becomes your baseline. And that, my friends, is when the field starts to bend toward you. Not because you forced it, not because you begged, but because you finally matched it. This is what this whole video is about. Not just the idea of manifestation, but cracking the code of the frequency that truly unlocks the life you've been visualizing. We're talking about shifting out of the lack cycle and into the vibration of embodiment. We're going to explore how to act as if without faking it, how to move like it's already yours, not to impress the universe, but because you are finally living in harmony with it, because there is a precise code, an energetic rhythm, and once you learn to tune into it, everything around you starts to respond. Gently, powerfully, and consistently, are you ready to remember what it truly feels like to be a vibrational match for the reality you've always held in your heart? Let's make this crystal clear right now. The quantum field. It doesn't care about what you want. Nope. It responds to what you are. It's not decoding your Pinterest board. It's not sitting there weighing your intentions or counting how many times you repeated that affirmation. It's simply mirroring the frequency you are broadcasting. And that frequency, where does it come from? It's not coming from your goals, my friends. It's coming from your identity. Not the identity you talk about, but the one you live from, the one that subtly shapes how you walk into a room, how you react when things get quiet, how you hold yourself even when no one is watching. Because in the quantum world, reality isn't something you get. It's something you generate from the inside out. So, what does this mean in plain English, in real life? It means if you're visualizing millions, but living with a deep-seated fear of spending money, your field is receiving fear. If you're visualizing epic love, but you flinch away from compliments or push intimacy away, your field is registering resistance. If you dream of massive expansion, but you talk about your life like you're totally stuck in concrete, your field believes that signal. Why? Because the field doesn't try to interpret your dreams. It reads your coherence. This is why so many amazing people feel utterly frustrated on the manifestation path. They're doing all the steps they've been taught, meditating, journaling, scripting, visualizing intensely, and still things just aren't landing. The big question, why? Because their thoughts and their emotions aren't aligned. They are trying desperately to manifest from the mind, while the body is still screaming signals of fear, unworthiness, or stuck in survival mode. The result? Total mixed signals. And the quantum field? It just mirrors back that static, that confusion. But here is where the whole game changes. When your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions are all saying the exact same thing, boom! The field has no choice but to reflect that back to you. This state is called coherence. And in that state, your frequency becomes stable. It becomes strong. It becomes incredibly magnetic. That's when reality starts to rearrange itself effortlessly around you. Think about it like this. Desire without identity? That's just noise in the system. But when your identity and your desire merge, your signal becomes pure, crystal clear. And remember, the field doesn't respond to desire. It responds to certainty. So how do we step into that certainty, especially when there's absolutely zero external evidence of the thing yet? You ready for this? You create the evidence. Not outside of you, no. Within you, you start showing up right here, right now, as the version of yourself that already lives the reality you've been visualizing. You stop waiting to feel successful, to start dressing, speaking, walking like someone who is successful. And this isn't about faking it. It's about remembering who you actually are underneath all the layers of doubt and conditioning. Guys like Neville Goddard called this living from the end. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about firing and wiring new patterns in your brain and body. Greg Braden refers to it as emotional coherence. The terms might be different, but the core essence is absolutely the same. You stop trying to become something, and you simply start being it. That is the quantum frequency we're talking about. It's not something you chase down the street. It's something you choose to inhabit, again and again, until your nervous system finally gets used to it, until that pesky self-talk stops trying to sabotage you, until it feels so natural, so utterly you, that you can't even remember what it felt like to vibrate in lack. And yeah, okay, I'm going to be real. It takes courage. Stepping into that version of yourself before the world reflects it back, it can feel lonely sometimes, disorienting. And yes, at first it can feel totally fake. But guess what? That's just your old identity, the one tied to the past, trying desperately to protect its turf in your energy field. Let it be there. Acknowledge it, maybe even give it a little wave. But please, please do not let it drive the car. You are the signal now. You become the calibration point. You become the source of the shift, not just waiting around for the result of it. You, my friend, become the reality. This whole thing isn't about faking confidence or pretending you're someone you're not. It's about finding the frequency of already being the person who has the thing and living from that space. It's about gently, consistently training your entire system, down to the nervous system, to feel safe in the space of enough. Because when your subconscious mind feels safe, your energy naturally expands. And when your energy expands, the field responds. So if you've been trying, forcing, feeling stuck in the same loop, just let all that go right now. You are not here to work harder for your dreams. You are here to recognize that the version of you who already lives those dreams, they're not far away at all. They're just on a different frequency, a more stable one, a more embodied one. And that version of you? Oh, they already know exactly how to move, how to speak, how to decide, how to feel, like it's already done. Because for them, it is. Let's go meet them. Okay, this is the part that most people misunderstand, and it's where everything truly shifts, acting as if. Those three little words, they've been simplified, misunderstood, sometimes even mocked, because on the surface it sounds like just pretending, right? Like forcing something that isn't real, putting on a costume and hoping the universe is fooled. But here's the secret sauce. Acting as if is not pretending, it is powerful frequency training. When you act as if it's already yours, what you are really doing is aligning your body, your energy, your whole being with your desired signal before the external world gives you permission or proof. You're not waiting for evidence. You are becoming the evidence. And by doing this consistently, you are sending a clear, steady, unmistakable message to the field. Hey, I'm ready. I've arrived. Match me. Now, this isn't always easy. Let's be real. Your external environment might still be screaming the old story. Your bank account might still be echoing scarcity. Your relationships might be mirroring older patterns you're trying to shed. And yet you are being called, you are being asked to act from the new frequency. Anyway. Why? Because that's the quantum mechanics of how energy collapses into physical form, my friends. It happens not through waiting around, but through identity. So practically, how do you actually do this? Start small. You don't need to suddenly overhaul your entire life tomorrow. What you need to change is the way you move through your life, the subtle ways you speak about yourself, the posture you hold, energetically and physically, how you respond. When something beautiful, even tiny, happens, do you fully receive it, or do you immediately question if it's real or if you deserve it? Every single one of these micro-movements sends a signal to the field about what you truly believe you deserve. Seriously, ask yourself, if you were already living your absolute highest reality, how would you wake up tomorrow morning? What would you wear even if you were just staying home with no one watching? How would you breathe? How would you eat? How would you walk? How would you speak? This isn't just about looking good or changing aesthetics. It is entirely about your energetic posture. Would you still shrink your energy in certain rooms? Would you still apologize for simply speaking your truth? Would you still abandon your own intuition just to keep the peace or maintain harmony? Or would you begin choosing like someone who trusts themselves deeply, like someone who no longer desperately needs to get the thing, because they have already become the version of themselves who effortlessly has it. See, when you shift your signal like this, everything downstream just begins to adjust. That's why some people call this quantum shifting, because your choices, even the ones that seem totally subtle and insignificant, act like little pebbles, dropped into the quantum field, creating ripples far, far beyond what your physical eyes can see right now. So instead of constantly asking the universe, when will it happen? Start asking yourself, how would I move through today if I knew it had already happened? This is where your behavior stops being reactive to your current circumstances and starts being magnetic. When your words, your tone, your presence, your energetic vibration, when they all start to match the reality you've been visualizing. You're no longer trying to chase something or attract something external. You are simply embodying the version of you that's already in perfect alignment. And here's the wild, beautiful part. You'll start to notice the field responding. People might treat you differently. New brilliant ideas might just drop in. Incredible coincidences start lining up like magic. This isn't because the universe suddenly decided to favor you today. It's because your signal finally got strong enough, stable enough, coherent enough to pierce through all the noise. You stopped leaking your precious energy into someday and started fully, powerfully embodying right now. This is coherence. And this is how manifestation actually works. Not by begging, not by scripting harder, not by manifesting harder. It works by becoming the signal your future self is already living from. Now your mind, oh yeah, it's going to try and interrupt this whole process. It's going to whisper things like, but we don't actually have that yet. It's going to ask, aren't you terrified you're being completely unrealistic? But listen closely. That voice, that's not your deeper truth. That's just your past identity trying desperately to keep you small and safe in what's familiar. Let it speak, acknowledge it, and then just keep going. Because this isn't about convincing anyone else, not even your own logical mind in that moment. It's about training your field, your entire system, to believe what your beautiful soul already knows is true. So today, right now, how about this? Speak one sentence like it's already done. Make one single choice from the space of already being there. Take one step, just one, like it's already yours. Because the more you practice acting like it's already yours, the more the field believes you. And when the field truly believes you, reality bends to meet your signal. Okay, let's talk about those moments. You know the feeling. You've been doing the inner work. You've felt your energy stabilizing. You've consciously stopped chasing things outside yourself. And yet, maybe nothing huge and dramatic seems to have happened yet. But deep inside, something feels different, right? Your thoughts might be quieter. Your nervous system might feel safer, more at ease. You start noticing tiny, subtle shifts in how you react to the world around you. And then it happens. A number appears, repeated, effortlessly. 3 digits that seem to follow you across days, places, devices, clocks, receipts, everywhere. It's 727. You might glance at it and initially brush it off. Oh, just a coincidence. But there's a part of you, the part that's more attuned now, the part that's been doing the work. That part knows it's not random. It's a message, a subtle activation, a vibrational mirror. You weren't even consciously looking for a sign, were you? And that, my friends, is exactly why it came. Because the field doesn't respond to neediness. It responds to resonance. And 777, it appears only when your field is aligned deeply enough for the quantum realm to whisper back to you. It's not a notification saying, hey, your manifestation is finally on its way. No, no, no. It's telling you that you have become a vibrational match for what has actually already been circling you, waiting for you to align. It's a powerful confirmation that the energetic seed you planted, sometimes with clear intention, sometimes just through quiet, consistent presence, is now vibrating at the frequency of bloom. In so many spiritual traditions, the number 7 carries sacred, deep symbolism. It's connected to divine truth, to intuition, to inner mastery. And when it triples like this, it transcends simple numerology. It becomes a vibrational signature of coherence. Not necessarily perfection, because who's perfect, but congruence. It's a signal that your thoughts, your actions, and your emotions are no longer contradicting each other internally. You're no longer trying to force a reality from a body that signals it doesn't feel safe to even receive it. You're not imagining with your mind while your heart is silently screaming doubt. You have, consciously or unconsciously, come into harmony. Maybe not every single second, but consistently enough to genuinely alter your potential timeline. In quantum terms, the appearance of 777 means the wave of potential is incredibly close to collapsing into physical form. You're still technically inside that vast field of infinite possibilities, but your stable, consistent signal is now powerfully pulling reality toward one specific expression, the one you've been tuning to through your emotional steadiness. And that internal reprogramming we talked about, the field has heard you, not through words but through your frequency. And this number? It's not some prize or reward you've finally earned. It's a resonance echo. It shows up not to give you something new, but to perfectly reflect back what you have already become. And here is where so many people miss the absolute power of this moment. They see 777 and think, okay, cool, green light. Time to relax, step back, the universe has it handled now. But this moment, this confirmation, is absolutely not about stepping away. It's about anchoring deeper. It's a threshold you've crossed. And your role here isn't to pop the champagne prematurely or slide back into passivity. Your role is to hold the signal. Stay in that frequency. Allow the field to keep sinking in and crystallizing around you without interruption. You might have heard that manifestations happen all of a sudden, right? But here's a little secret. Nothing truly happens suddenly in the quantum realm. What feels instant in the physical world was built slowly, steadily, consistently in the invisible, energetic field. 777 simply marks that tipping point, that beautiful, subtle balance between your intention and the sheer inevitability of it arriving. It's the point where your reality isn't just coming toward you anymore, it's actively forming around you. But wait, there's more. 777 is even more than just a sign of alignment. It's an invitation to deepen your presence, to finally stop searching outside yourself and truly start embodying the energy within. It's an invitation to notice how your body feels in this exact moment right now. And honestly ask yourself, is this how the version of me who lives that reality would feel? Would they be rushing? Would they be consumed by doubt? Or would they be trusting the powerful structure that's forming beautifully beneath the surface, even if they can't see all of it yet? Because that's ultimately what this is, guys. It's a structural shift within you. You're not just manifesting an outcome out there, you are literally rewiring the foundational structure of who you are. How you think, how you feel, how you move, how you speak, how you make decisions. The field is responding directly to that identity, that new structure. And the number 777, it's not predicting what's coming next. It is powerfully confirming what is already here, within you. And if you feel that, not just in your head but energetically, if something deep inside you just recognizes this message as perfectly timed, as precise, as true for you right now, then please take a breath. A real deep, settling breath, and just let your entire system receive it. Allow your nervous system to feel safe in this powerful confirmation. Let your heart soften into the simple knowing that you are no longer becoming aligned. You already are. The shift isn't some future event waiting to happen. It's actively stabilizing within you right now. What you've visualized isn't some distant dream you have to struggle to reach. It's a frequency. And you have finally beautifully tuned into it. If that hits home for you, if it deeply resonates and you want to anchor this resonance, not just for yourself, but in the shared field of everyone connecting with this message right now, then drop a comment below with 777. Not because it's some magic lucky charm, but because it's a declaration, a quiet, powerful way of saying, yes, I feel it, I remember, I'm aligned. Sometimes numbers are just numbers, true, but sometimes they are a language, a mirror, a code, a truth you are finally, truly ready to live. Maybe no one ever told you this explicitly, but manifestation is not, never has been the art of desperately getting what you want. It is the profound art of remembering who you already are, and every single frequency you've been trying so hard to access, whether That's abundance, peace, purpose, love, joy. It already exists inside that remembrance. It's not waiting outside of you, demanding that you earn it or prove your worthiness. It's right there within you, simply waiting for you to allow it to stabilize. Here's the truth. You've already touched this frequency before. You have. You've had glimpses, flashes of perfect alignment. Moments where time seemed to dissolve and you felt completely, inexplicably at peace, for no logical reason at all. Moments when your heart just burst open, without you even trying. When the absolute perfect words flowed out of you effortlessly. When you made a decision that just felt like it came from somewhere infinitely deeper than your thinking mind. Those weren't just random accidents, guys. They were powerful previews. Previews of the true self you're becoming more and more often, and the kind of life that version of you naturally, effortlessly attracts. Quantum manifestation isn't about trying to force those amazing moments to happen more frequently. It's about consistently expanding your capacity to simply stay in them, to make those states of being your default, your baseline, to become someone who no longer needs to desperately visualize the future because you are already resonating with the frequency of what you used to only imagine. And that shift, it's probably not something you'll wake up and feel dramatically overnight, but it is absolutely something you will begin to recognize in the subtle, beautiful ways life starts to respond differently to you. Maybe it's a conversation that feels unusually deep and aligned. Maybe it's a quiet sense of inner calm that stays with you even in the middle of external chaos. Maybe it's just making a decision without agonizing over thinking it. These, my friends, are the powerful signs that your signal is stabilizing, that you're no longer reaching for the field out there. You are now a beautiful, integral part of it, merged with it, emitting a frequency that simply no longer negotiates with the limitations of the past. And this part is crucial, because the old identity, oh yeah, it's still going to whisper. It's going to try and pull you back. It'll say, wait, you're not actually ready for that. It'll ask, seriously, who do you think you are? It'll demand, you need proof first before you can feel like that. It will actively invite you to collapse right back into the familiar story of your history. And every single time you notice that whisper, guess what? You have a choice, a powerful one. Do I play out the old timeline again, the one based on past programming? Or do I courageously hold the new one, the one based on my soul's truth, for just one more breath? That right there is where your power truly lives now. Not in how loud you shout your desires, or how fast you try to move towards them, but in how consistently you can choose to stay, to rest, to reside in the energy of already mine. Not to impress anyone else, not to try and trick the quantum field into giving you something, but simply because that's authentically who you are becoming now. You are not searching for signs anymore. You are becoming one. You are not performing worthiness. You are deeply embodying it. And the universe, it doesn't need to be convinced of anything you are. It simply responds perfectly to the signal you are broadcasting. This is what it truly means to manifest. It's not about trying to bend the entire world to your personal will or manipulate external circumstances. It's about matching your inner state, your internal frequency so precisely, so coherently, that the world simply mirrors you back in perfect detail. Not because you're somehow manipulating matter out there, but because you have dissolved the internal resistance. You have clarified your signal. You have collapsed the interference, the static, between your highest self and your current physical reality. And when that happens, something beautiful and maybe a little unexpected appears. Peace. Not frantic excitement, not adrenaline spikes, just peace. Deep, knowing peace. Because you finally realize you are no longer chasing anything outside of yourself. You are allowing, you are receiving. You are simply witnessing your own powerful energy returning to you in the form of beautiful people, perfect opportunities, crystal clear clarity, and undeniable beauty all around. There is absolutely no greater shift than that. And the more you consciously return to that space of peace and embodiment again and again, the more your nervous system learns deep down that it is profoundly safe to live here. Not just to visit this powerful frequency during meditation, but to actually reside in it. To make this deep alignment your true, consistent home. Not because life has suddenly become perfect in every external way, But because your internal coherence, your state of being, no longer depends on the outside world's approval or circumstances, you have internalized the field. You have learned deeply and truly to trust it. And guess what? It trusts you right back. So please, right now, take another breath. A real one. Allow yourself, your body, your mind, your soul to receive all of this energy, this truth. Let it settle into your system, not just as new information you heard on YouTube, but as a deep remembered truth that's always been within you. Feel your energy soften into the powerful awareness that you have already changed. You are not waiting for the quantum shift to happen to you. You right here, right now, are the quantum shift. And if something in this video resonated with you, if it met you at exactly the right moment you needed to hear it, if it helped you connect a piece that felt like it was just floating out of reach before, then maybe, just maybe, this wasn't just content. Maybe it was a mirror, a beautiful reflection of the powerful being you are becoming. A gentle yet firm reminder that the frequency you've been visualizing all along isn't just theoretical, it's profoundly vibrational. And you, my friend, are finally living in it. If that feels true in your bones, if it resonates deeply within you, then I'd be so honored if you'd stay connected with this space. Consider subscribing, not because you feel obligated, but because it genuinely aligns with where you're heading. Because this isn't just a channel on a platform, it's a frequency we're building together. And honestly, if you found yourself breathing a little differently, a little deeper, a little more calmly while watching this, you are already in it with us. We're not just watching videos here, guys. We are actively practicing new timelines together. We're not just consuming information. We are actively collapsing possibility into beautiful, tangible form. We're not just learning new things. We are profoundly remembering the ancient truths within us, and I am so incredibly glad you are here on this journey. Let's keep shifting together. Much love.